your weight loss. So that's basically the program, and I'm going to turn it over to Rosemary Mulcahy. I don't know if you can see her. I'm going to have her here. And Rosemary's been on, how many resets have you been on?
I've pretty much done one each month since January. I knew about Ketopia coming to Australia last year, and was excited to be able to order it. And it was able to order just before Christmas, and so waited until after the new year, as it seemed like a perfect way to start the year. And I think it was the 4th of January, and we had a meeting at my home with a group of people who were interested, and 6 of us started the following day with our first 10-day reset. And I found it really easy to follow. I did the 10 days as the program was laid out, starting with the Ketonics drink in the morning. I do have a walk virtually every morning. Most mornings I start with a walk, and I would have the Ketonics drink when I got back, and drink that over an hour and a half. Sometimes it was nearer to 2 hours, and then wait 3 hours drinking lots of water. I had a litre bottle of water that I filled, and my goal was to finish that litre by lunchtime, so lots of water in the 3-hour period. And so many days for me, it's 12:30, 1 o'clock when I'm having a dough bite, and I love it. I've never baked it. A friend of mine had a baked one just yesterday and said it was delicious. But personally, I love the taste as it is. And nibbling on that over, it probably takes me half an hour to nibble on the dough bite. Just savour it and enjoy it. And it does take away sweet cravings. It's fake carbs. It has a prebiotic, and it just fills you up. And I will most days have my cup of coffee. I have 1 coffee a day, and I usually have that after the dough bite. And then another 3-hour gap. Hopefully by that stage I'm onto the 2nd litre of water. And so 3 hours later usually brings it to about 4 o'clock for me, 4:30, and that's when I have the fix. Now most days I add ice to the water, the fix, and a quarter of an avocado. And I use a stick blender, and just a few seconds with the stick blender, and the fix is just delicious. I love that, really enjoy that as well. And that just takes away any hunger and keeps me going until dinner, which is another 3-hour gap, drinking water. And then most evenings it's low carb veggies, some protein, and healthy fats. I usually cook with coconut oil, and I have a big variety of low carb veg. And just the other night, I heard someone describe keto style vegetables as most things that grow above the ground. So if you think about things that grow below the ground, they're the things to mostly avoid. But spinach, cauliflower, capsicum, or peppers. I usually do a stir fry, and sometimes add an egg, and that's the evening meal. And then later in the evening, if I have a few hunger pangs, I'll nibble on some nuts. And for me, usually it's pecan nuts. I have a bit of a love affair with activated pecans and activated almonds, but all sorts of nuts, I think, apart from peanuts, are okay. So a few of those, a cup of tea, and that's the end of my day. And I just think 10 days is doable, and telling friends and so forth, like anyone can do something for 10 days. And if you get a great result, which the group of us have had great results, some of us do 10 days once a month, and some of the couple were so enthusiastic after the results from their first 10 days, they went straight into a second 10 days. That was husband and wife friends of mine, and they've had great results and continued to shed.
Could I just trying to fit myself into the screen here, both of us. Just what have been some of the weight loss results in terms of kilograms that some of your friends have
Okay,
lost?
well,
Yeah,
personally for me, it was about 3 kilos in my first 10 days. That was just for me, and I've gone on and lost, a couple of kilos. In some instances, I've been overseas and had a holiday, so a little bit kind of came back on. But I've got one friend who has a big goal of 40 kilos, and she has done 10-day reset January, February, March, April, and she leaves for Bali tomorrow, and she has shed 16 kilos. And she's just so happy with the program, and she has a goal to really be a changed and healthier person by Christmas this year. Gosh, I've husband and wife. I think in the 2 resets that he did, he's now continued to shed even after. I think she's now at 9 kilos that she's shed. And a friend in the States, she shed 5 kilos over 2 resets, and her son has now done a 10-day reset and very happy as well. So it's just very positive.
I know. And what are the overall health benefits that you've experienced, aside from, because it's not just about the weight loss, what are the other health benefits that you've noticed since you've started Ketopia?
Well, certainly more energy. I didn't quite understand what they talk about, 225% more energy. I'm not a consultant in any way, so I'm just a normal person. But I do sleep better. I do have more energy. I just feel good. I feel healthier. I certainly feel better for the weight that I've lost. And we talk about tubs of margarine, and you stack tubs of margarine on the table. Here, there, 500 grams for a tub of margarine, and so a few kilos. You stack up 10 tubs of margarine, and that really shows just the fat that's been shed off your body. And when we're all so conscious of visceral fat is the weapon, especially as we get older. And to know that you lengthening your life and building a healthier you by it's changing. It really is changing your lifestyle a lot more than for the 10 days, because I'm not eating bread, I'm not eating potato, rice, pasta, and it just all adds up to making a huge difference.
Yeah, and it's great. We were just listening to Michelle Lasseur, who's our nutritionist at Forever Green, and she was saying it eliminates, being on this program eliminates all the people that have to go gluten-free, because there's no gluten when you're doing this. It's so easy did you find it easy? Did you find it was easy?
I have found it easy. Honestly, I say that that it's the easiest way. I've like most people who the weight piles on as you get older, and I've gone through all sorts of different ways, and lose 2 and put on 3, that kind of thing. It's just been a yo-yo, up and down, little bit by little bit, and feeling almost deprived all the time, watching what you eat and so conscious of it. But with Ketopia, it's 10 days, and what people have said to me also is they don't have to think about what they're going to eat for lunch or what they're going to have for breakfast today, because for the day it's just the one meal at the end of the day. That's all you have to shop for and think about. And it's easy. It's easy to follow, and like I'm a person that loves my breakfast. When I'm not on my Ketopia 10-day reset, I have breakfast and I love my breakfast. And I was concerned that maybe I wouldn't cope with just having the ketonic drink, but it's never once have I felt that it was an issue and that I was having hunger pangs and so forth.
So tell me, people might want to know, in between the resets, how do you eat? Do you still eat keto style, or is it the 80-20 rule, or how do you navigate life in between Ketopia? What's
Well, I
life like?
certainly have made, I make better choices. I do stick to the keto list of vegetables, and I do cauli rice a lot. I love cauli rice. I didn't know about that before.
I don't know
the
that.
tonics.
What's cauli rice?
Cauli rice is, instead of having rice, you put cauliflower into the food processor. If you don't have a food processor, then grate it. But you just process it for a few seconds, and it turns into kind of like rice looking. And then you just stir fry it. I might add a little bit of onion with the coconut oil, and stir fry the cauli for a few minutes. Maybe add a tablespoon of water, and it's just like rice. You can make fried rice using cauliflower.
This is what I love about sharing, because you get all these tips. I had never heard of it. So is it cooked cauliflower or raw?
No, it's raw cauliflower. Right. Raw cauliflower. Food processor. I haven't actually grated it because I use a food processor, and yeah, I love it.
Yeah, and the cauliflower is quite low. It's one of the low carb veggies. We have a list of all these, all the the high carb and the low carb and the medium carb vegetables. The cauliflower is actually quite low carb. I've been getting stuck into celery. I used to hate celery. I found it stringy, and I'm just craving celery all the time and eating celery and putting celery sometimes in my fig shake and just blending that and just having, sometimes I make a veggie soup and and use the celery as a spoon. Oh. So the creativity is, endless really with this. So is there anything else you'd like to share? What's your invitation to anyone?
My invitation is give it a go. It's a 10-day program, and the possibility is that it can change your life, and you'll become so much healthier. And I've had days when I try not to hop on the scales, but then I'd hop on the scales and I'd be 100 grams. Next day, oh my goodness, I've lost 200 grams. And
empowering, isn't it?
It's empowering, and then it's almost like, I have to weigh myself to see, has more come off today. And it's just, I am just over the moon about being healthier for me, and I'm a work in progress. I've still got a weight goal that I would like to reach, but it's just.
We didn't ask you, how much weight have you lost overall?
Look, it's getting towards 10 kilos.
Wow.
With holidays and a few, family things going on. It's just been a little bit up, down at the moment. But
10 kilos is fantastic.
I know. It does make a huge difference. Think of 20 tubs of margarine piled up on the table. Goodness, that's enormous.
And we were just commenting tonight, I'm just looking at you at this proximity. Your eyes are clear. Your eyes are more sparkly. And Solana and I were saying, Solana's also here to talk briefly about what she's experienced on Ketopia. But your skin, we noticed straight away, your skin is all those good oils are lubricating your whole body. So imagine what's happening to your brain. The brain's made up of fat. We need fat. We need it to prevent Alzheimer's. We need the fats in our body to stay healthy. And we've been under a bit of a myth lately. All this low fat and high sugar diets have led us up the garden path. And Ketopia is the bridge back. It's the way we were meant to be. It's the way babies are in a natural state of ketosis. So we're going back to the way the body naturally wants to be.
That's a great reason to do Ketopia, to get compliments from people around you to tell you how much better that you're looking. Thanks, dear.
Okay.